ass fresh.
All right, the second trailer I got, something called Super Mario Brothers CD. This is a fan project that I've been following for a little bit. It basically is coming from the mind of a dude who's over at the Famicom CD YouTube page. And he is basically doing this by himself. He's got like a little team. It's as fan can get. And what this is, what it looks like, honestly, the way I think of it, back in the 90s when Sega had like the Sega CD, and they had those weird Sega CD games, if Nintendo had made a Super Nintendo CD, I feel like this game would be in it. I feel like that's the whole point of showing this off, right? Mm-hmm. It's kind of what they would interpret as a Super Nintendo CD game. So in this trailer, first of all, this is a Super Mario World ROM hack. So they're using Super Mario World as the base and overlaying it with the graphics that we see in the trailer. And in it, you see a lot of scrolling backgrounds, which for the Super Nintendo, I remember that was a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Mario 2 elements, a lot of Mario 3 elements. Yoshi's in it in 8-bit, which is weird to see. And even like the water level they use with the prisms in the front, like it's very interesting. It's very of the time, and even the music that they're using in the trailer, if it's a song from the game, I wouldn't be surprised because it also sounds like that era, right? I honestly like it. I've been on a fan game kick recently, and this one definitely caught my eye. And I actually learned today that there is a speedrunning demo that you could download and try out. I think it's like a level that you could play. So I downloaded it before we got on. I'm going to play that a little later, see what that's about. But apparently the full game is going to come out sometime this year. So if that's the truth, that's cool. Chris, as a guy who, you like Super Mario World, you grew up in that Super Nintendo time, Sega Genesis time. What does this trailer, like, how do you respond to something like this? Because this is weird. Like, it's a new thing out of left field. It's not official, but it looks really good,
Yeah, it's crazy. You're right. It does have that sort of grungy, sort of 90s style video game look to it, right? It's missing a little bit of, that polish that we're just so used to by this point. Yeah. But you're right. It looks like a product of its time. And, it has got the Super Mario World backgrounds and then overlaid with, like, different enemy types from, I guess, all the games or just some of the games. But, like, there's bad guys in there from like Super Mario Brothers 3 that I recognize. 1, those birds from 2, I think. Is that them?
Yeah, with those snakes.
That's fucking wild. Yeah. The snakes. I'm like, what is going on here? The caterpillars, and Yoshi as well. And it just looks wacky. It looks interesting though. Like it looks like a product of its time that hasn't been over, HD'd or anything like that, although it will be now, but it looks fun. And the whole thing is fan made?
The whole thing is
the levels are all fan made, or the levels are like,
No, that's all fan made. They're using like the Mario World engine, right? But everything else is just from them. The gentleman in question goes by the username King Mero.
Right.
And he has like a small team with him doing this. So it's cool stuff, man.
What is this coming out on?
It's PC.
So like a Steam
you download it. Yeah, it's
like
through
their website or whatever.
Yeah. If you could somehow play this on a Super Nintendo, I would do everything I can to actually try to make that happen. Because that sounds cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks awesome.
On a CRT, this would look nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. That's it for Trailer Roundup. That was a good one. Look up the Super Mario Brothers CD. Honestly, us talking about it doesn't do it justice. Like, it's just insane that that's a thing.